What's up, my good peoples? Welcome back to Spitty's Fish Room. Please hit that subscribe button if you are new to the channel and smash the notification bell so you know when I post the next Fish Room video. And leave a comment below so we can share fish stories. Now today, I want to get into the progression of one of my favorite fish in the hobby, the Frontosa. A fish that I've had for about a year and a half, almost 2 years. It's a new fish that I've had in the hobby. I never had it, before when I was in the hobby. So it's a new one that I've gotten into and has, quickly become one of my favorites. Now, the Frontosa Cichlid is an East African species of fish from Lake Tanganyika. Now, the name Frontosa is actually a reference to its relatively large forehead. I mean, they should call it the 5-head cichlid, you know what I'm saying? You ask me, but hey. Now, this fish can grow about 12 to 13 inches or a foot, to be in layman's terms to some of you guys. And so a huge reason why I really like this fish is because, I'm a big South and Central American fish person, and so I like those fish because of the size that they get and like the girth that the South American cichlids can get. And so the Frontosa is a fish that gets big like that, and so like similar to like an Oscar or like a Severum or something like that. So it's become one of my favorites in the hobby. Now, the fish, you can tell a Frontosa, you can always tell the difference in a Frontosa and any other fish. They have these distinct markings. It's like 5 to 7 black vertical bars on a white body. You can see a little bit of a blue hue within his body, especially when you get into some of the other, Frontosas like the blue mobas and blue Zaires, things like that. So this species develops a nuchal hump over time, and it's really defined in the older Frontosas. So you will start to see it develop as they're aging, but you will know in an older Frontosa, you will really be able to see and be able to tell the difference. So now this fish can live over 25 years in the wild as well as in captivity. So you could be looking to have this fish for a long time. This fish generally resides at some of the deepest depths in the water. So in Lake Tanganyika, this fish is usually found about 30 to 50 meters subsurface, or for some of us that don't know the metric system, that's about 96 to about 150 feet deep in the water. And so they like dark spots and caves to hide in. They're always like in those really dark areas, in the water. And so with the Frontosas, you have several different types. You have the Burundi Frontosa, which is pretty much your most standard Frontosa that you can probably find like in a Petco or like your local fish store. Then you got the blue mobas. I've got a few blue mobas in here. I've got some red Frontosas as well. Then you get into the Zaire blue. You have the Tanzanian Frontosa, which is a 6-stripe. The Kigoma, which is a 7 stripes. And then you have the Kipili, excuse me if I pronounce that name wrong. You have the Zambian, Samazi, and you have the Kavala Frontosas. So Frontosas, there are several different types. If you got a good fish plug, then Google the different types of Frontosas, see which one you like, and see if you can get one in your tank, man, because they're a really cool fish. But the thing that you need to know about them is that they're a really slow grower. So as you guys can see from this video and the progression of my Frontosas, I mean, you see them slowly but surely, gradually, getting some size on them over time. But if you're looking for a fish that is gonna grow, really fast, like within, a couple of months and turn into a monster fish, that soon, then the Frontosa isn't that fish. Also, I would say that with the Frontosa being such a docile fish, they're not moving around really fast in the water. They're shoaling pretty slow. They're in their colony. They're moving pretty slow. So you don't want to put fast swimming fish in the tank with the Frontosas because, you know, it'll mess up the whole vibe. So I know a lot of us African cichlid keepers, we like to keep clown loaches in our African tank. So I would definitely say that with the Frontosas, that's something that we don't want to do. Definitely don't want to keep clown loaches in there because the activity would just be too much. So now you can see from the progression of the fish, we're in January of 2022. They're much bigger. Like these black widows right here are more defined. You can really see their designs and some of the blue like hue coming out in their fins and things like that. And so, you know, like this is a fish that you would just continue to see develop. Some of their stripes get a little bigger, you know, get a little more defined, things like that. And then that blue that you see like in their fins is like one of the most amazing things that I, you know, really like about the Frontosa. So if you guys don't have any Frontosas, I definitely recommend that you get some. If you get them, try to get yourself a colony of at least, you know, I would say at least start out with 6 of them. I think I have about maybe 15 Frontosas, 16 Frontosas total in my tank. But I would definitely say to, you know, start out with maybe about 6 of them. You know, I would definitely recommend to start out with more if you can. But I would say at the very least, you know, get yourself, you know, about 6 and, you know, just watch them develop. I see some people get, you know, like a single Frontosa, put them in the African Cichlid tanks with, you know, with the other, with peacocks and haps and things like that. And that's cool, you can do that, but I feel like the Frontosa really, you're really gonna, you know, see this fish act like how they act in the wild when you have, you know, a good colony of them and they're in there together. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment. You know, check out, we've got a couple more months in here for the Frontosas progression. I'll also tell you guys this. So all the fish in here, they, you know, they all grew up from, you know, being juveniles. But at the very end of the video, you'll see 2 larger Frontosas, two Frontosas that are much larger than the others. So you see them right down here on the left. Those were 2 new blue MOBAs that I purchased and did add to the tank. So I just want to make sure to not, you know, make you guys think that all of these fish grew from juvenile size. There are 2 blue MOBAs in here that were recently purchased and added to the colony. So again, leave a comment. Let me know if you guys got Frontosas, and we'll be back next week with another video from the fish room.